This is a video about the speech Ganondorf does at the end of Wind Waker. So Ganondorf says, "My country lay within a vast desert," which is obviously Gerudo Desert. "When the sun rose into the sky, a burning wind punished my lands, searing the world." So he was obviously very tormented, as were the Gerudos. And he then goes on to say, "And when the moon climbed into the dark of night, a frigid gale pierced our homes. No matter when it came, the wind carried the same thing, death." So Ganondorf is clearly a very bitter person in that game. He doesn't show it, well, he does, because he kills many people, but anyway, he goes on to say, "But the winds that blew across the green fields of Hyrule brought something other than suffering and ruin. I coveted that wind, I suppose." And what he's saying there is that he wasn't fully evil. There was a part of him that was still human, and he wanted the best for his people. Anyway, he goes on to say, "It can only be called fate, that here I would gather again the three with the crests, that I would lay my hand on that which grants the wishes of the beholder, that when power, wisdom and courage come together, the gods would have no choice but to come down. The power of the gods, the Triforce." Now, what he means by that is that in Ocarina of Time, at the end, he got the Triforce, and it's only fitting that it would repeat again. And it then says, he then goes on to say, "He who touches it will have whatever he desires granted. Already the crest of wisdom is mine, all that remains." And we can clearly see in this speech that Ganondorf regrets what he did in Ocarina of Time, and he wants to change, but it's in his nature to be evil because he's called the Demon King. And then obviously at the end he goes back to his old ways. But I liked what they did because it showed a side of Ganondorf that we've never seen before, and he really could have gone from being evil to good. He had the potential, but obviously because the King of Hyrule touched the Triforce and flooded Hyrule, destroying it, Ganondorf goes into a maniacal laughter and just becomes a murderous maniac again. But there was so much potential for him to be good and to do righteous things, but because of where he came from, he always had mental torment, and no matter what happened, he was always going to be pulled back to his evil ways. And Ganondorf in Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker, he's a very complex character, but we don't see this until the end of Wind Waker. I hope you understand what I'm talking about and you enjoy this video.